Ride it out.
Yes, yeah. But during
you
that
probably
time,
got a little bit ahead of the aeroid.
I got way ahead of the aeroids because when I was into orchids is when they caught my eye. So like 2012, I started getting way more into the aeroids.
Nice.
And I managed to just kind of slide in there before they were just crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's up, nature lovers? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla and I talk about caring for houseplants, learning and exploring about native plants, and appreciating medicinal plants. Got an exciting video for you today. I am visiting a local plant collector here in Detroit tomorrow afternoon. Drew and I are both going. He's gonna be filming for me and I'm really excited about this because I found Ren, his name is Ren, on Instagram at philo.fix. And I'm excited. He's got an awesome collection. Weird and wacky. He's got some aeroids, syningia, and a lot of haworthias, and is kind enough to let us visit. Check him out on Instagram, but also don't forget to subscribe because seriously, this is great, but I'm gonna do it in several parts and make a series out of it, so you don't wanna miss out. Let's get to it.
Say I have like 3 main growing areas. So, and they're kind of just divided up by how, it's a combo of how they do best, like what kind of lighting and conditions they like the most, but also a lot of it is aesthetic.
I like that too. It gives you the range of being able to have a range of different types of plants from the lower light tolerant to like super hot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the temperature shifts in my apartment a lot because it's radiator heated. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my plants want a lot of seasonality. So this is actually going to be my first winter in this apartment.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see what I have to do.
Yeah, because normally you'd see, like, it's nice that there's a cover over your radiator too. All right, well, so how did you get into plants?
My mom was a master gardener. So, and she was also like a native plant fanatic. Which is why I'm super into native plants in general. And then I moved around a lot. So I moved to Washington for a while. And it's interesting because different regions of the United States, their plant culture, now with the internet and the popularity of it, everything's kind of merging. But at that time, it was very like regional. Like when I moved to Washington, they have a very prominent Gesneriad society. And then I lived in Arizona for quite a while. Okay. And I had an actual cactus garden. Well, mostly succulents. I never really got super into them the way I am now. I'm actually significantly more into succulents now.
Well, show us some of your oldest plants. Let's start there.
Okay, so a lot of my plants that are my oldest are not necessarily my largest because either succulent plants grow very slowly or I've moved many times and had them cut and whatnot. So, and some of them I've cheated and I've purchased already old.
Yeah, good point.
Because, you know, I'm a little picky. Sometimes I don't want a plant to be small, and if I'm gonna grow it, I want it already big.
And sometimes they grow so slow that
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we have the pseudobombax here. This I did purchase already very old, but it is a deciduous species, so that makes a huge difference in the plants that I decide whether or not to grow, because the problem with the very large statured plants that are evergreen is that throughout the winter they need so much consistent warmth and light. Okay. And when they're large, it's hard. Like you can't put this on a windowsill. Yeah. So being deciduous gives me a huge benefit. In the winter, it can just stay right here. It doesn't need anything.
It feels like the leaves are fuzzy.
Yeah, he's a little fuzzy.
You got some new growth. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, I wish I could take the credit for it, but oh well, you know, that's what it is.
It's a beautiful plant regardless, and you're definitely giving a showcase because it's right here in front, yeah.
And then behind it, this is Anthurium brownii. This is one of my oldest plants. I grew this from a seedling. It was pre-sprouted. I've collected a ton of seeds off this plant though. Every time it flowers, it makes this giant inflorescence and it just coats itself in berries. I've crossed it with a few other species too with pretty good success.
Oh yeah?
So it's very,
That's cool.
very lascivious.
Do you ever try to get them, you know?
Oh, like file a patent on them?
Yeah.
I have never taken a plant from start to finish all the way to feel like it's appropriate to apply for patent. I did create a Syningia hybrid that I went to patent and found was already patented. But that's what you get for working with primary species in a genus with like 5 plants in it. So I have a very old Hoya carnosa that self-destructed not too long ago, and so it just got really old and its roots kind of just stopped working. So I'm like re-rooting it and it's actually doing pretty good. Got quite a lot of roots on there. And the leaves have slowly begun to take up water again and plump up a little bit. I wanted to see if a 7-foot long cutting can root, and it can.
Yeah, that's great.
Water has not made it into the lower leaves. You can see they're extremely thin.
Yeah.
And papery, but they are still attached, and they do not. Yeah, I've never seen a Hoya leaf get so raggedy. I would say that one of my oldest plants is also this cactus.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is Oxypetalum, or Epiphyllum oxypetalum, the queen of the night cactus. And it's really wonderful. It's extremely easygoing. It doesn't ask for anything besides occasional water. Well, it wants quite a lot of water in the summer. But in the winter, it just kind of sits here. And it does flower. It used to flower a lot. They don't like to be moved very much when they're old. So it hasn't flowered in maybe a year or two since the last time I moved. But before that, it would flower quite a lot. And it would put out like huge spray of flowers, not even just one here and there. It would be like a whole stem covered in them, which was great. And I'm sure this year, so I had to take 4 feet off of it. It was significantly taller. And it was just kind of the sticks for a while. So this is the first year that it really flushed out again. And
yeah, that's good to know that you can take a plant back that far. Like, don't be afraid to, you know.
Yeah, he totally took it in stride. There's new growth on all, so you can see where I cut it back and then where all the new growth flushed out. And I also re-affixed him to the trellis, so he was a lot neater, tidy. So by far my oldest philodendron is this Burl Marx. When you look at him up front, he doesn't look quite as old as he actually is. But when you look at how much I cut him, then you can kind of see his age. He's been cut literally hundreds of times. And every single person I have ever interacted with has been offered a piece. But he's kind of cool. He's definitely the most easygoing philodendron that you could ask for.
They're definitely becoming more widely available now.
Yeah, and this one is it's so reliable. It doesn't ask for anything. It sits here. I water it once a week, and it looks wonderful all the time.
Aww. Does it droop when it does?
He's a little thirsty. Yeah, you're getting me the day before my watering day, I water throughout the week, but on Mondays, I take the day and I just kind of look at each of my plants, even if I don't water them. I try to look at them.
Yeah, that's good.
I like to appreciate them and see how they're doing.
Yeah.
But yes, that one, and then the bipedifolium in the window over there are my 2 oldest philodendrons. Both of them were brought as cuttings. This is the horsehead philodendron, and it used to have those really big blue horsehead leaves. And then I just brought a cutting with me, and it has slowly wound its way back up the pole, and it's starting to make those nice shapely leaves again. They're not nearly as large as they were before, but at least they have the shape, It's got that nice blue powdery coating. That one's red emerald, which is an absolute classic.
Yeah.
Such a great plant if you need to fill a corner. I had that. I didn't like it that much, but then I got it again a second time, and I was like, okay, I do actually like it.
Like the red petioles.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's pretty easy going as well.
Yeah. But I think that's about it as far as old plants in this room goes.
Okay.
I mean, some of them are old, but like, old plants.